Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets. Currently 418, almost 420, 10/22, 2020, Thursday, October. Looking at one more day of the week left. Looking at Intel earnings coming out, 54 closed, all the way down to 48.25. I have a 47.88 bid potentially going in here. While I'm talking, we'll see if that goes through or not. It's not actually active right now. I don't leave it active until I know for sure I want to take it at, I think the low of the day of the pre-market is 48. If it flushes 48, I think that 88 is going to be a good level for Intel, and I might consider it a reversal back up. Now I might flush 48 and head down to 47.50, and that's pretty much where my stop is going to be. Action was a little bit better today, but I still had some struggles. I lost $100. It's been a rough week. There's just no doubt. I mean, the people I trade with, they're having a rough week. They're just not finding anything. And the ones I find, I don't take, and they work. And the ones I do take, they don't work. SQBG. I was in a couple of those trades. Got flushed hard on one, was down big, and then I took it again and I got back. Took a Boeing trade. Markets overall were just kind of like down all morning and kind of did that gradual climb thing, which is never easy to trade. So, some stocks opened up a little bit, like U and HYLN opened up a little bit again. It's been a while since that stock was in play for me, and I missed that stock. I missed Beyond. I missed Tesla acting the way it did. Tesla was a dud after earnings yesterday, just sold off. Climbed at the beginning and then just sold off. So there's nothing really there. There's not many buyers. It's not really catching a bid Intel here. It's starting to a little bit maybe here. I really think it's got to flush 48 before it turns back up. I think it's got to make one more lower low. You can see here, these are 1 minute candles, so it's pretty quick. So the earnings came out. They weren't terrible. I don't think they were terrible, but for Intel, biggest chip maker, they got competition now, and there's a lot of competition actually, even smaller players. But then you have big boys like AMD who are coming out with all their news. Who knows? I'm not really trading so much on the news itself, but I'm looking for the price action to kind of you kind of see it's kind of dying off a little bit here. This candle's a little rough, so we need one more capitulated volume candle to go down. If not, it's going to go back up to 49, and I'll miss it, but that's okay. That's what I'm looking for here. These are 1 minute candles, so there's not much to really tell. I usually do use 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Here's a 15 minute, but that doesn't have pre-market on, but it is down 10% for the day. It did drop down, forgot what it was, on the last earnings, a few days after its last earnings, made a low of 46.97. So it did get down pretty well. So it gradually climbed up since its earnings, or like a few days after. You can see this is when the earnings day, and then it just faded for 4 or 5 days and then climbed. So now we're back to those levels. Doesn't bode well for an Intel chart. The Intel chart's going to look pretty ugly on the daily, unless it squeezes up here, and you never know, that might happen. I really wish it got down to the 40. I wish it flushed that 48, got me in, and I kind of just had this feeling it's going to make this move back up to 50, and I think it's going to close at around between 49 and 50, but not much today. Again, I was down. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Got a few subscribers today, and I'm looking forward to getting a few more. If you guys can get involved, I'd appreciate that, and hopefully I can get the video camera going. Actually, the camera I want, they have it. It's funny because Logitech, I'm just going to, the Brio, whatever, webcam, unless you guys have something better I should get, look pretty nice. It's about $200 on Logitech, and it's back order, but you go on Amazon, they have those resellers that have for like $20 or $40 more. And if we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to have to buy it, because that's the camera I'm looking at right now. I'm not looking for the whole setup with like a Nikon camera with a cam connector that produces like 4K and all that good stuff. I mean, I'll produce good picture, hopefully. And but when we get to that, we'll get to that. I'm not really worried about that right now. Small channel. Still trying to grow it. This week has been tough, and I'm trying to keep a positive attitude. Made a couple mistakes for sure, and I didn't trade for like 30 minutes or 25 minutes in the first part of the day. I'm usually looking for my best trades then, and they're just not setting up. So I got to be careful. I have definitely been a lot careful since that other day. And is it holding me back from pulling the trigger? Maybe a little bit. Even if I take smaller share size, maybe I'm not pressing the buy button. You know what I mean? So I just got to be a little bit more cautious, and then hopefully things pick up after probably I would say after the election. It's going to be, probably a few days before the election, a few days after. That's what everyone thinks. It's one of those scenarios where everyone thinks it's going to be like that, but it's almost like Y2K, like nothing happened, right? So it might be a dud. I definitely see some price swings happening and market moving post-election, though. So up into the election, it's this whole stimulus thing. It's like, oh, we're reaching a deal. Oh, we're not reaching a deal. Oh, we're reaching a deal. Oh, we're not reaching a deal. It's like, come on. These people are just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just can't take it anymore. Who are we really looking out for? Flush everyone, start over, and go from there. All right? That's all I got to say. No one in there should be in there anymore. These 40-year vets of the Congress, no, they got to go. Same stuff, different pile. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Not trying to get political here. So it did make a nice bounce off that 48 level. It was I looked for the flush. Again, I had my bid around 47.88. I was looking for the flush of the 48. Got down to 48. You can see here this is the low, and now it's up to 60. So it's a miss. That would have been $120. Put me back to break even, above break even, and it would have been a great day. So I'm going to close it. Again, subscribe. Really appreciate it. And hopefully tomorrow I can finish the week off on a good note and get ready for the following week. I got a birthday coming up the day before the election, so hopefully I get some good news on my trading account before that because I really need it. Anyway, have a good one.